Have you ever wondered what it's like to see the throne of God? In the Bible, a few men were given this privilege, and their stories can inspire and strengthen our faith today. Let's look into their incredible encounters with God's holiness and glory. First, we have Isaiah, the prophet. In Isaiah 6 verses 1-4, he describes a vision of the Lord seated on a high and exalted throne, with his robe filling the temple. Surrounding him were seraphim, angelic beings calling out, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of his glory." Isaiah's reaction? He was overwhelmed by his unworthiness. He cried, "Woe to me! I am ruined, for I am a man of unclean lips." But God didn't leave Isaiah in despair. One of the seraphim touched his lips with a burning coal, symbolizing his sins being forgiven. Isaiah's encounter teaches us that God's throne is a place of holiness and mercy. No matter how unworthy we feel, God's grace can cleanse us and make us new. Next, let's look at Ezekiel. In Ezekiel 1 verses 26-28, Ezekiel saw a vision of God's throne above a dazzling expanse. The throne appeared like sapphire, and the one seated there had the appearance of glowing metal, surrounded by a rainbow. Ezekiel fell face down, overwhelmed by the glory of God. This vision reminds us of God's sovereignty over all creation. The rainbow is a beautiful symbol of God's faithfulness to his promises. Finally, we have John, the apostle, who described God's throne in the book of Revelation. In Revelation 4, he was taken up in the Spirit and saw a throne in heaven, with God seated on it. Around the throne were 24 elders and 4 living creatures, all worshiping God day and night. The scene was filled with flashes of lightning, peals of thunder, and a sea of glass like crystal. John's vision is a powerful reminder that God is worthy of our worship and that heaven is a place of unending praise. These men, Isaiah, Ezekiel, and John, each had different reactions to God's throne. Isaiah felt unworthy, Ezekiel fell in awe, and John witnessed constant worship. But their stories have one common thread. God's throne reveals his holiness, his glory, and his love for humanity. Today, we may not see God's throne with our eyes, but we can approach it through faith and prayer. Hebrews 4 verse 16 says, "Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need." So, no matter what you're facing, remember that God's throne is a place of power, mercy, and hope. Let these stories inspire you to seek his presence, honor his holiness, and trust in his promises. God is still on his throne, and he is in control. Thank you for watching, and may God's grace fill your life today.